Hello, everyone. Um, Been a while, but I would like to talk about Misfit Moms. I made a video about why men abuse women and children. Um, in that video, I mentioned there's a small percentage of women that abuse men and they take it. That's not the same as men abusing women. But what is the same as a man abusing a woman is a mom who abuses her children. They didn't ask to come here. It's not their fault. The thing is responsibility that these women can't take, don't want to take. That's what it is. Not that they can't, they don't want to take it. Years and years ago, when this word postpartum syndrome came out, when I finally heard about what it is, I always thought that it was selfish, inconsiderate women, teenagers who thought they can do it scot free. Um, when they got pregnant, the excuses I've heard was, "Oh, it was a mistake. I didn't mean to. Um, this is happening to me. Like, what did you think was going to happen when you lay down and open your legs? Sooner or later, you're going to get a seed that is going to germinate in you and grow, and you're responsible for that seed. He is too. Together, it takes two to make a baby. It's not only she feels that she's not, it's nobody's fault that a woman gets pregnant. Like I said, that's normal. The thing is, when she does, she can't accept that fact that this is what she did. And when that baby comes, they have a hard time bonding with that baby. They're they be selfish, which has a tendency to make them mean or inconsiderate toward the children and babies. Um, they don't have the natural maternal instinct and that they should have, and everybody just don't have it. So, example, it's this woman upstairs. She has a baby. First of all, these walls are paper thin. You can screw a 4-inch screw in them, and it's coming out on the other side of the wall. That's how thin these walls are. And you can hear everything. Like my son lived a couple of houses down, and my grandchildren were over, and they were singing Old MacDonald. And I said, that sound like American children singing that song. And I called him, and I asked him, I said, are the children over your house singing Old MacDonald? And he said, yeah. I said, I hear them loud and clear. They weren't shouting. They weren't like real loud. But all of them were singing, and I heard them in my apartment. Show you how thin they are. He's a door, an apartment down from me. And this woman, I believe they're upstairs. I'm not sure, but it's so it's so loud. I can't tell where it's coming from. This baby just screams and screams and hollers and cries nonstop. Then there's some weirdo up there. This dude, um, he mocks the baby. He be, making all kind of stupid sounds, and he be going along with the baby. It's unbelievable. The mom, I don't know where she is, what she could be doing, but they just let that baby scream and cry and holler. At nighttime, when the baby wakes up screaming, it woke me up one night. I kept hearing this little sound, and then when I realized, oh, that's the baby crying. That baby cries and cries all night. You can't tell me, if you're a natural maternal mother, you're not gonna sleep. Soon as that baby starts whining, you're gonna wake up. I know I did. As soon as they said, I was up. So you can't tell me that she can't hear this. Either she just plain don't care, or she think it's a good idea that the baby just scream and scream and scream and bother everybody around, because like I said, the walls are paper thin. The people next door look at television. I think it's in my bedroom. But it takes them forever, somebody forever, to get up and get that baby. And the baby, I think, is a crybaby. But it seemed like common sense would kick in and say, well, maybe the baby needs a diaper. Maybe the baby is hungry. Maybe the baby needs to get down on the floor and play and be a baby, roll around, crawl, whatever. Um, Maybe I'll give him a baby cookie or something. Seemed like common sense would kick in at some point and say, what can I do about this screaming, do with this screaming baby? Maybe it needs hugging and kissing. Maybe it doesn't get it at all, doing anything it can for attention. Maybe it just needs to be played with. I don't know if it's a boy or girl, so I'm saying it. Um, but it's unfair. It's unfair. And they're not the only ones. You can like say here, and I'm not personally used to it, but I got at least a year to be here. Um, Everybody wasn't meant to be a parent or parents, and I think it's unfair because it's the children who suffer. And as toward an abusive mom, like I said, she's no different than an abusive man. They are cowards, fearful inside. They just have this great fear inside, guilt that they can't face and deal with, that makes them defensive because they don't want nobody to say nothing to them. And personally, I think it's narcissistic. And I could be wrong. Maybe postpartum, I think that's how you say it, is natural, which if it is, every mother wasn't meant to be a mother. Um, in time, some do bond. Like a long time ago, I was responding to Yahoo Answers, and um, the woman was saying, when I put my baby in the swing, the baby swing, it'll go to sleep. And when I pick him up, he's okay, but I don't spend a lot of time with him like that. I'm busy. So he'll start whining and stuff. My suggestion was hold him, kiss him, rock him, walk with him, stuff like that. Be apart. Let you all bond with each other. Apparently there was no bonding. And I got an email, a response, a reply from her, about maybe a couple of weeks later. And she said, thank you. She didn't, you know, she wants to think of like that. And a lot of women aren't. Or teenage moms, especially the teenage moms. And it's like children raising children. And they didn't ask to come here. And that they're your responsibility. What you want to continue to do, some women do, have baby after baby by whoever. Um, but it's the children. They need us. They deserve love, nurture, um, caring, and they deserve a happy and fair life. You feel you deserve it, even though you having them, you feel like, oh, well, what about me? You gave that up when you decided to become a parent because it's not about you anymore. And I've always loved children and babies and wanted them and had 5 of them and raised them beautifully, me and my husband. Um, but I hope this here video touch at least one mom's heart out there that's not totally maternal, and make her stop, consider, and think about how she is toward her baby or babies, and prioritize her life. The children are your number one priority other than yourself. And it's unfair. I hate it. And the only thing I could do is speak on it. And I hope this video have touched somebody's heart out there to make them stop and think and consider you're not in this here by yourself. You have an innocent, your babies and children give you unconditional love, you know, and it hurts when they can't get to me. It hurts me when they're not getting it in return, and it's a shame. um Thank you for listening, me getting my gripe out, complaining, whatever. But you have a good day wherever you are.